very badly to ensure by August, you will not see the people themselves will go and say, police, come and shoot us. Forget about Rigathi Gachagua. That's what is going to happen. Because we are the people who put you to power. You cannot suddenly realize you have tear gas, NIS, military, everything else, and it's us who put you to power. You'll see the power of the vote in this country. How is it going to happen? We are telling them, it's okay, you can continue doing all these harassments. Kenyans are going to come and say, wait a minute now, what are you doing here? Please, right now, we are aware what is happening now. They want police to begin now infiltrating the goons. To begin attacking. But Fred, I want to say this again. We must give our people hope. That's why we are on this show. Right. To tell people, because you're asking a good question, what does Uganda and Tanzania implications have on Kenya? Please, people of Kenya, you are the most important and powerful asset we have in this country. Going to the next year, Fred. So we are telling our people, let's be alert. You asked about this harassment by police. We are not going to allow it. We are asking our people to literally come and make sure all the rallies by opposition leaders happen. And finally, we are going to court, Fred. We are going to court. Again, I like our judiciary. We go to court to ask the judiciary to allow the election results as announced in the constituencies for the presidential will be final.
All right, and we shall not revisit that issue about voting in Kenya. I want us to focus on that issue of how security agencies are being used or misused to handle politics locally. Just briefly, then we finish that debate.
I would want to address the kind of hypocrisy that comes out of Dr. Mbaye's sentiments.
Can he address himself?
These are the kind
point that you have asked.
These are the kind of
addressing
things
my
that Kenyans are supposed to observe. Because what usually happens is that people feel comfortable when they are on one side. And then when they move to the other side, they bring another story altogether. The same arrangement that Dr. Mbaye seems to defend is the same that was in charge of the operations against Azimio protesters while they were in government. Very vicious. Even the attack on Uhuru Kenyatta's farm was based on such kind of operations that are now on the side of the opposition. So when they see these things happening...
Does it make it right?
It is not right. It is not right. But the circumstances are very different.
So you do,
for example,
you do agree that it is...
the difference is that for them, like where the tear gas is being involved, is where people are going to do political rallies to cause chaos themselves. So the police have to intervene to create order. So when the police are intervening to restore order, that does not become illegal or unfair. So these are double standards that Dr. Mbaye wants to advance with his team. And again, they are also trying to push the narrative that they are likely to win. How can you be winning when you are losing supporters each and every day?
All right,
Key allies are appearing each and every day.
It is about security agencies and how they're being used or misused during this electioneering period. Do you agree? Because now, simply because you're on the side of government, do you have to support this kind of treatment?
No. I mean, see, we in this country, we have very serious political bad manners. That when someone is holding power, they can misuse that power, including they can arrest, they can shoot, they can maim, they can abduct, and all the manner of things that we have seen happen in the past. At times, when people are in government, they support anything by that government. See no evil, hear no evil. When they get out of government, they start seeing the wrongs in the same government that they were serving. And a very good example is the DCP party leader and his lieutenants. And that is a fact. Because I remember one time when we were having our maandamano as Azimio, they came out, the people in DCP right now, led by Rigathi Gachagua, they said, you will never come out of the street again to protest. And he told that to His Excellency Raila Odinga the late, and may his soul rest in peace. And he was very clear. I looked at his face, and I trembled because I knew that coming from a deputy president that time, it spelled a lot of doom for us people who were on the street at that point. Right now, because they are on the receiving end, and I'm calling it the receiving end because they're in the opposition. That's the position we were in then, and we are still in the opposition. By the way, Freddie Dimuli, these people found us in the opposition. They joined the opposition. They left government because they really left government. Nobody should say that Rigathi Gachagua was pushed out of government. The case was clear, and Dr. Mbaye knows. After they left government, because they're the ones who left, they joined the opposition that we had genuinely created, a genuine opposition, and we were discussing issues. They have disorganized the opposition. The opposition now is almost a one-man show who is just spitting bile, telling people this and that against the others. It is not helping us. And the problem with our politics, Fred, is because we have this again, bad manners of people being in the same party, the same thing that happened between Uhuru Kenyatta and William Ruto. And when they disagree, one ships out, forms some formation, calls his buddies, then they reorganize and start selling all these things that they keep selling to us. At what point are we going to discuss issues? Right. Because that is where we should be. That is what we should be. But remember, I will say this. The goons that we have seen on the streets, you cannot say for sure that they are just being sent from the government side. We do not even know where they are coming from. At times, I listen to the opposition, and even before they go to these rallies, their cause, their message is that we know they are going to send goons. How do they know that goons will be sent? You know, even in politics, people have been stage managing things.
Yes.
I come from Madera constituency, and I know that for a very long time, those kind of theater manenos has been happening there. And for me, my concern is this. As a leader, as we entertain Kenyans with all these lies, and Dr. Mbaya is very clear, he has called it emotional manipulation, because that is what it is. As you manipulate the voter, at what point are you addressing the plight of Mwananchi, education, food security, health, school funding, and everything else?
The use and misuse of security agencies to handle political rivals.
I think Fred Idimuli, Fred, that may be a very irrelevant item of discussion in Kenya, because it has no place.
There have been claims from the PCP that police were used to block their rallies.
Allow me to finish my statement, please.
No, you just call it irrelevant.
Please, yes.
There are serious claims from the other side.
Those are lies. Those are flat allegations. And you bring evidence here and proof, you as the media. So I think it is wrong to try and imagine that in the modern democratic Kenya, the police and the security agencies can be used to suppress political dissent in the country. No, it doesn't happen anymore. And in the electoral and political process, the rules are clear, the laws are clear, even how to convene political rallies, what the police ought to do to offer security, and campaign programs is very clear, and that has been adhered to in the past, in the previous election, since 1992, the advent of multi-party. We've conducted decent multi-party politics in the country, very decent indeed. And going into election, the role of IEBC, and over time, the management, the electoral bodies have evolved to be efficient in the country.